Hi, everybody. Betsy McLaughlin here with Marilyn Bradford, the founder and creator of Right Recovery for You. And Marilyn, I'm so curious with the holidays around the corner
Yes.
and that usually means a lot more time with family and parties and all kinds of different things that happen during the holidays. Tell me how people can navigate if they've got gaslighting or gaslighters that they are having to navigate and steer around. So give us your take on gaslighting in the holidays.
That's a great question, Betsy. Absolutely. And I've looked at this quite a bit. Just for those of you who don't know too much about gaslighting, it's when a person says things to diminish you, to diminish your being and make you doubt yourself. Gaslighting is always about gaining power and control over others and saying things that you believe will make them do what you want them to do.
Mm.
And this shows up a lot in the holidays, particularly with family, but other ways too. It's like, I mean, if you have a lot of pressure to come home for the holidays and spend the whole time there, and if you
Yeah.
say, that's not going to work for me, and mom or dad or siblings or whatever are like, well, you're just, how can you leave us out? We'll be heartbroken. You're not a good daughter or son. Well, you
Mhm.
put your family or your work first. I thought we taught you better than that. Or just
Yes.
any of that kind of condescending,
Yes.
tripping. If you don't do this, you're a bad person. You need to sacrifice for us. So that's basically a lot of how it shows up. It also shows up in the commercialization of Christmas. And
Mm.
people's, if you don't buy me Susie gave me $100 gift. And then if you're just like, I don't have that kind of money. What can I? And you know that if you don't give her or David or mom or dad a nice gift, they're going to project their disappointment.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. How could you be so wrong? And
Mm.
the whole point is to make you feel diminished and less than. And all of the advertising, you should be buying this for your child. And if you don't, you're not a good parent, or you should
Yes.
be giving this much to this organization or the church. If you don't, you're not generous.
Mm.
You
Yeah.
know, it's all of those messages that if you actually choose for you and acknowledge you and what's true for you, you're wrong, bad, and you should actually uh,
Mm.
feel terrible about yourself and make yourself less than everybody else.
Well, I wanted to ask you too, there's the subtle, like, or there's the subtle type of gaslighting, there's the overt,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like it's in your face. And
Yeah.
then there can also be an energetic energy that you're aware of that where they're
Yes.
not saying anything, but you still are very aware of that. So how would you coin that? What would you say about that piece?
Well, I think you stated it very well. It's an energetic gaslighting.
Mm.
And you're aware that something's off, and you're aware that this person or people or advertising or whatever it is trying to make you feel guilty and
Mm.
diminish you. So one of the things you can ask is, truth, am I feeling diminished now? And is that what they want me to experience?
Oh, good one.
And what is their agenda? I ask that a lot, and you can practice that every day, not just around the holidays, but with anybody you're being with. What is their agenda? Are they trying to influence me to buy their point of view? Are they trying to get control over me? Are they trying to use me for their purposes? And
Mhm.
sometimes people don't have bad agendas. Oh, she's
Right,
actually just, her agenda is to hang out with me and have fun. But
right.
asking that with it, practice that. Ask with every person you're with, or you can imagine your family members and look back over their past comments and behaviors, and look at advertising and look at what's going on in restaurants or parks or wherever. What is that person's agenda?
Mm, wow.
And that can be really helpful.
Well, and I'm also wondering if you put the shoe on the other foot,
Mhm.
when you're aware of the any type of
Yeah.
gaslighting, and you react a certain way, do you have an agenda there, or are you just kind of on reaction or going to past behaviors or
Well, it could be both, could be either. The thing
okay.
is, there's so much energy in this reality that if you don't do what these other people say, you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much energy in this reality that supports gaslighting that we just learn to be reactive. Oh, am I doing that bad thing? Oh, I guess I better subjugate myself and do what they want me to do. And then there's an addiction to being a good person, a good girl, a good boy. Then I'll be doing it right. There's an addiction to being right. Even though it leaves you feeling hollow and disappointed and kind of depressed,
Mm-hmm.
we'll go towards it takes real courage to choose beyond what all these people are saying and throwing at you.
Wow. Yeah.
It really does. So pat yourself on the back.
I was just going to say, like, that
Yeah.
sounds like a time to acknowledge yourself when
Yes.
you are aware of it and you're choosing, like, oh, wait, I'm not going to feed into this
Yeah.
gaslighting that's going on, or, how, whatever you want to call it, and be like, no, I'm going to choose something different. I'm going to choose what works for me. And then, yay, me.
Yeah. Yay, me. Acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Acknowledge I have the courage to not buy into being put down and being less than this person or this organization or this advertising or whatever it is. Good for me.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, what other tips do you have for navigating besides what you've already talked about?
Well, one of the things is to prepare.
Okay.
I've worked with clients, and they had to go see difficult in-laws or this or that. I'm
Mhm.
like, don't wait till you're at the front door. What, prepare yourself.
Yeah.
These people are apt to say this or that, or they're
Yes.
apt to desire for me to be or do this or that. What can I choose? What are my choices? What's going to actually work for me? And there's a friend of mine who was in Access tells a story about uh, she and all her siblings were going home for Christmas, or it was a holiday. I think it was Christmas, and their mother often just threw temper tantrums and this and that kind of thing.
Hmm.
So she got there with her kids, and I think her brothers or sisters, I can't remember, other siblings were there. She said, we were having a great time. And then her mother walked in and it was like, nobody's paying attention to me and you do that, blah, 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 blah. And she just got up kindly and she said, children, we're leaving. And she left. And the mother was like practically on the floor begging her to stay. And she says, no, we're not putting up with that kind of behavior anymore.
Yeah.
And she said, and it was night at that point. So
Mhm.
she said, well, it was all right. We drove a while and went to, um, stayed at a motel and then drove home.
Yeah. Well, and what you're describing is that energy of this doesn't work for me, and it doesn't
Yes.
mean that you have to, have a knockdown drag out fight. It's
Right.
just, you know what, this isn't working for me. And remove yourself from the situation. And I was, when you were talking earlier, when you said have a plan, I was like,
Yes.
oh, I've done that. When I've gone to places where I've known that it might be a bit uncomfortable, and if these people are, behaving like they normally do,
Yes. Yes.
especially if it's family, you can kind of predict how some of the people are going
Yeah.
to behave. It's like, oh, well, I can go for a walk, I can go do the dishes, or I could say, thank you so much, I've had a wonderful time, and leave. But
Yeah.
have all of those kind of in your mind ahead of
Yes.
time, right? So
Yes.
you're not blindsided, and then
Blindsided.
because
Exactly.
sometimes the emotions can get the best of you, and then you have no idea, you're like, you feel trapped.
Yeah.
So right, so having those plans in place helps you from feeling trapped.
And remember, you can be in charge. You don't have to let them be in charge.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's how we fall into gaslighting. Well,
Yes.
they know better. They're my family. He's an expert, whatever it is.
Well, say,
You be
say,
in charge.
say a little bit more about that piece of how you can fall into that.
Well, that's what this reality wants you to do.
Okay.
Be subservient.
Right.
Others take control of your life, and don't do that. You can't be the unique gift and being that you are if you're letting other people take over your life.
Oh, I love that. You can't be the unique being that you are if you allow other people to take over your life.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I might just have to tattoo that on my hand.
All of us do as a reminder, I think. A
Right?
daily reminder.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I think that's a great place to end this conversation today because I think we could talk about this for a long time. And I know
Yes.
you actually do have a previous course that you did that's available in your shop at marilynbradford.com on gaslighting. And
Yes.
it's also in your book. And I know you have other topics and things as well in the Right Recovery for You book, which is just jam packed, filled with information. And I pick it up and I'm always like, oh, this is a great reminder. And wow, I didn't remember that. Or learning new things all the time. And to me, it's so expansive to not avoid it and to actually learn how to navigate in this world with as
Yeah.
many tools as possible.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Betsy.
Thank you so much, Marilyn. Bye.
Bye.